Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another unofficial H3 waiting room. Yeah. Sorry, making sure I did all that right. Ooh, and we're back again. We have, not a whole lot to talk about today. We're going to be looking at the new video that came from the H3 podcast of Ethan trying to tame a horse. You know, looking pretty good. There's a lot to dissect here, so I think that it's necessary to kind of look at this as a group and really analyze it. But aside from that, we have a new video from Legal Mindset that's going to break down Frogan, Denims, Reddit, and Discord mods in legal trouble. No. And then if we have, I think we will have the time. We're gonna get to My Neighbor Murdered Her. Does it say her neighbor? Oh, my neighbor the murderer. Okay, it's just my neighbor murdered her. Real story. He's just testing some stuff out, just A/B testing. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, sorry. I wasn't even showing you guys. On here, he's A/B testing. Nathan is. My neighbor murdered her. Oh, it's also blocked by chat. Oh. Okay, chat is working. But just for a second. My neighbor murdered her, but then it's just called My Neighbor the Murderer. Hello? He's A/B testing different names. Maybe different thumbnails, too. I can't tell. Sorry. A little thrown off. I threw together something that I'm going to be doing after this stream later on in the afternoon. I want to break down my thoughts on Sam Hyde by watching every Sam Hyde documentary I was able to find. I don't remember what the total amount of time was, but I think that it's going to be a pretty long stream. So that's something I'm going to do later on. I didn't feel like it was super relevant to H3 content, so I was like, I'll do that in the in the afternoon when I have some time. But yeah, we're just trying to stream a bit more whenever I can, even if it's just for a few hours. This stream is obviously going to be as long as it normally is, but the stream I'm going to do this afternoon is probably going to be a bit longer. But I'm going to try and just do hour to 2 hour streams here and there every once in a while. I really do appreciate everybody that comes in. He knows a lot of murderers. No, I swear. I think that maybe he needs to rethink his life, or maybe rethink his whole process of making friends, because he seems to become acquainted with too many people that end up murdering somebody else. Sup, my horse? What's good, my horse? So let's just get into it, I guess. We got enough people in here to start. So Ethan tried to tame a horse. It went horribly wrong, and police are called. H3 IRL. Was this the original title?
Howdy, partners.
And I want to point out, just like every other skit or video that's posted on the H3 podcast channel, it isn't doing that great. Look at this: 606,000 in 7 months, 500,000 in 8 months. The podcasts are getting that in like a couple days. It's not a good look. This one already hit 100K though in 18 hours. It's got a good trajectory. But yeah, let's start it. I saw a lot of people pointing out not just in this video, but from the previous streams, the fact that Morgan is one of the newest additions. Started as a bachelor contestant, and now is part of the crew. Oh, how the tides take us. It is really interesting. Was everybody that, besides, I think Dan even said that he knew about the H3 podcast before he worked with him. So was everybody a fan of the show before working there? Even you could work for the H3 podcast eventually. I just keep sending those emails. Am I right? Am I right? The criminal. She doesn't own this horse farm. She actually just broke in here and started selling some courses, some experiences, we might say. Dan is my hero, I have to say. The mariachi band. I like it. It works. They just need instruments and different outfits.
I don't know who owns a horse that wants me to,
Well, we live in Los Angeles. There's all kinds of ranches around. I mean, there's lots of horses.
Okay, guys, I have to call this out. You're pulling your own footage. Why is this so low quality? I gotta be on premium for that one. We're in HD.
It's a horse town, dude.
People prize their horses. They don't want some idiot.
Nah, this is Hollywood.
Alex, I think you did talk about that in chat one time. Did I ever tell you I interviewed with Dan to work for them? I was in a pool of 22 candidates. I'm honestly surprised they had that big of a pool of people. I guess it makes sense. See, that's why I was like, I'm not going to throw my hat into the ring, because I actually, when they said someone who's skilled in all Adobe products, I was like, I do fit that mark, but I don't live in Los Angeles, so the fuck am I going to... I ain't about to pull a love. But I guess it makes sense. The people that would like the content probably also, to some degree, have an affinity for editing and different styles of media. Because it is a podcast, but the visual element is very important in the H3 show, in terms of the H3 show.
It's your cowboy, Ethan Klein, here with my wife, Hilla, and with my good friend here, Dawn Hoof.
Yeah.
They call her Dawn Hoof because she knows how to deal with them hoofs. Not right? Mm-hmm. Is your real name Hoof?
It might be.
Yes.
It's not. Are you a farrier?
I am, and I have credentials, and I like to show them off.
So what are these horses bred to specialize in?
Trail.
These are
carriage.
trail horses.
Yeah, and carriage driving.
They're...
I don't even remember what it's called, so I guess I'll talk about it. There was a link ripper that I found that it was ripping everything in like perfect quality, and you could do any link. It wasn't just YouTube, but the problem is you have to use like a VPN for it, because it's not it's just the service quite literally is blocked in the US. But I don't have a VPN anymore, or do I? But yeah, it was just there are a lot of different services and different things that you can use to rip videos. But again, we're getting on a tangent here.
Beasts of burden, might say.
Yes.
They're not for the show, they're for the earth.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
That's how I like them. I like them practical and hardy, like a good old horse should be. I don't like them pretty horses walk around showing off them, all them tails and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
No shampoo. In the horse industry, you can do so many different things. You can vault, which is standing on the horse and flipping over, and you can do barrel racing, which people do.
What was that?
There's really
Do that
it's
again?
a barrel race.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
There's
No, she really does try and meet Ethan's. See, I think that they just have a really good record of like great guides. Like the ghost hunting guide was really good. Oh, there's one more. I can't remember it. But they've had like a good experience with bringing people on that are supposed to be like experts in the field that they're experts, quote unquote, in the field that they're kind of messing around in.
What's neat about horses is that every personality can find a niche in the horse world. Even people with disabilities can
Hobby
do
horsing.
carriage stuff.
How do they ride horses?
They can, some people do. I know a gal who was paralyzed and the horse kneels down
You know what
and the
happened?
gal gets on.
What about Christopher Reeves?
Well, sadly we lost him.
He didn't work with the horses.
Sadly we lost him.
Well, he's dead. I don't think he can ride a horse. But you mean like a quadriplegic? I mean, they might need a little bit of help getting up, but we can give him a gentle ride around. Put him on one of those kiddie rides that just like go for a lap.
Accidents can happen. Horses are dangerous.
Dangerous.
Well, they're bigger than us.
Do you think the horse did it on purpose?
No, absolutely not. No, they don't think the way we do. We tend to anthropomorphize, which is put human qualities to animals.
I don't know what you do. I like the horsifice. Everyone around me, like Dan's a nice horse right there. Boy, take a look at him. Some say he's a show horse. I say he's ready for the earth to work the field.
I like his spectacles. That's what I like.
You're going to teach me how to groom a horse hoof.
I was hoping you were going to nail a shoe on. Aren't you going to nail a shoe on?
Yeah. Oh, sure. I'd love to.
I mean, we're not just cleaning a foot, dude.
We're doing so much more than that.
We're gonna do it. Baby.
Now, do you have any horse?
I think she might have made Ethan uncomfortable there. It seems like he's trying to pull away. Just look at this frame right here. He's definitely retracting a little bit. The stare she has on him.
We're not just cleaning a foot, dude.
We're doing so much more than that.
We're gonna do it. Baby.
Now, do you have any horses with infections and pus-filled infections or
Fortunately,
anything?
my horses are all healthy.
Right. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see by the end of the day how healthy they are around me. You said you're not just a farrier. You're also, as I understand it, a poet.
Yes.
Is that right? I don't know if they filled you in, but I'm a poetry major.
Oh, no way. Where?
UC Santa Cruz, the most elite institution in the country.
Did I know I was going to meet a guy from UC?
Well, I have credentials. Yeah.
No, I didn't. That is really cool.
Thank you so much.
I want to hold your hand.
Thank you. Please.
That is really cool. That's a big accomplishment.
Well, it was
What
not
year?
a very.
What year were you?
It was really isn't that big of an accomplishment.
It was.
I failed out.
I'm going to tell people, whatever you love, do.
What if what?
Do it
Oh,
while
hold
you're
on
young.
though.
Do it while you're
What if
young.
what you love is disemboweling prostitutes?
Well, then you can't.
Well, okay, I'm just saying there's exceptions.
That's true.
Just be careful with absolutes.
Life is about staying a child. And it's about...
Yeah, and that's perfect. A child wouldn't disembowel a prostitute. They wouldn't even know what either of those words meant. So, perfect. She just weaved right past that.
meeting new people, like these people that have just come to my world today. And I'm so glad that you're here.
Wow.
We are so happy to be here.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. So
I wish she had done the whole thing as Nathaniel. That would have been a good bit. It would have been hard, though. And it would have definitely made her uncomfortable. She wouldn't have been as friendly.
horse language.
Yes.
Horses are different than people, but not that much. So Ethan, if I didn't know you and you were nervous...
Ma'am, this is my wife here.
I understand. But if you were nervous and I was just able to be with you and not interrupt your energy pattern, would that be better than this?
What do you mean by energy pattern?
Well, everyone's got an energy pattern, Ethan.
I'm fine.
Bullshit.
I'm fine.
I know that.
He's got a crazy temperament.
So here's the thing with horses.
He's got a crazy temperament. Don't want to test him. Oh, no.
In what way?
I'm touching you. I'm your boss in the horse world. I call that buddy.
After 5 years, I'm going to pursue what I actually love. Equine therapy. Equestrianism.
Mode.
Okay.
That's when they're in their herd pasture mode. That's when they're happy.
Okay.
We want the horse that's happy and that's relaxed and we're in buddy mode with. That's not going to try and assault us.
Like you're
That's
doing
not
now?
go- yes. Ethan the influencer.
He is an influencer.
That's right.
Well, where's he going? Come on. He
got
doesn't like
something
my
in his eye, I
instructions.
think.
How do I alpha
Oh, no, I
him?
wanted to talk to Dan. Aw.
See, it went to Dan because Dan understands being chased off by Ethan. He understands Ethan messing with your energy pattern. See, she had a point. He just wasn't willing to hear it.
Come on.
Professional gooning. Hey Alex, I'm waiting to see that OF link go live.
He
got
doesn't like
something in
my
his eye, I
instructions.
think.
How do I alpha
No, I
him?
wanted to talk to Dan. Aw.
Like, what the hell is going on around here?
Alex is a real engineer, not like some ordinary gamer. I need to watch that too. That's something we need to talk about. Oh no, friend of the H3 podcast, some ordinary gamer, the not engineer. Dun dun dun. Whose butt got slapped? I'm 99% sure that was AB. Should we run it back real quick? Here, we'll come back to 6:30, but we gotta see. Yeah, that's AB, right? AB was wearing the short shorts, and this is Dan. Here, let's get a close up.
Ethan the influencer.
Crazy stuff. You gave him a good one too. He didn't hold back. And remember, it was consensual. And that's what really matters.
Better at this than you, Ethan. You can run a little bit, Ethan. Get up.
I don't think anyone really cares. The people that care that Mudahar was lying are like, they're also not engineers. They're just dorks online who are like, this guy's a liar. What? He's a nerd pretending to be a bigger nerd? Stick to your anime, buddy. Like the rest of us.
Come on.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. That's what I'm talking about.
Go. Show
Yeah.
him, Maria. She's one.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Go.
Yeah,
Come on. Come on, damn it. Let's go. Yes. Come on. No. Yes. I'm getting tired before they.
A very diplomatic way to explain that. Hey. Not pointing fingers at Pope Nick or anything. Hey, again, a nerd calling a nerd out. Like, we're all a bunch of dorks on the internet. You want to be like, oh, look at you. That's not something to call somebody out on, I gotta be honest. It's not like he was getting some kind of professional gain because he was lying about being an engineer. Unless that was part of the video. Maybe I need to watch it. Maybe I'm all wrong and he was getting... That's how he got all of his advertisements. Was because he lied about being... I'm just saying, hey. The last thing you can make fun of someone for is... is being a liar on the internet. I was gonna say being a nerd on the internet, but that's not the critique at all. can't chat today. I have a coworker next to me. You got to just be like, fuck him. Talk about how he's a dork. Or she. Let's not be sexist here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, deal.
I'm gonna go get a rope.
He's coming.
Not me. I'm not a dork. Okay, Gollum. Good to know.
Say hi.
Hello, JRHNBR. Just the right height, no bucket is required.
Hi, laddie. What a sweet guy.
Ah, yes.
Hi.
Piece of ecstasy.
Can I? Oh, look at you. That is so nice. Wow. I've never been. I don't
Oh my god, it's got Milk's eyes.
think I've ever pet a horse like this. Oh, that's the spot, huh, laddie?
So you're not right by his face.
Hi, my name is Deputy Sheriff Love, and welcome to my horse range.
I would love that.
Oh my god.
That's the spot, eh, buddy? Whoa! You are a big, big golly. He's so strong. Oh my goodness. You got a carrot?
Oh no, not Irish laddie. Oh no.
A carrot,
No, he's licking. That's buddy mode.
Yeah.
Now stop and take a big breath. Beautiful. And let it out.
Love started running like Shane Dawson when he was trying not to shit his pants in that one video. He was doing the nervous run. It was the self-conscious run. People are watching me. Don't want to act like I'm running fast, but it's like, you know, you're afraid that your top speed won't be that good, so you're like, let me go at like a medium pace. Where's he going? Just around. It's just for fun, you know? He's practicing his hobby horsing. He just doesn't have a hobby horse yet.
I know, you don't want to stay away from me.
He likes you.
Come on, lad. What a guy.
Oh, guys, you got a little something on the lens here. I don't mean to be a harsh critic, but there's a little something right here on the lens. You might want to get this right here.
Bert.
See, this is what we call doing actual creative commentary, transformative commentary. I'm critiquing not just the content of the video, but also the production value. Wipe the lens. You're filming outside. You should have had a lens wipe ready.
What a guy. Bert. All the farm animals, they just eat hay.
I love
Just
you.
dried grass.
So have you given a horse a treat before?
No.
Look at his body language right now.
He's ready.
So you're gonna
ginger?
You're gonna hold your hand out flat, and you're gonna push
What
it up
is
to
it?
his nose. It's Mrs. Pasture's horse cookies. They're divine. If you were the horse, and I was being nice to you, and I
See, this is all Vosh was trying to do. He wants to be in Ethan's shoes right now. He wants to be the horse in the setting.
gave you this cookie, and you ate it.
Am I supposed to eat it?
Yes. What would you think of me? Would you really love me?
Yes.
Okay, eat it. It's really good.
Is it really
I
like-
promise it is. It's caramel. It's unbelievably good.
How did you know? How did you know? He loves caramel.
You take one too, babe.
I'm
That is good. I got it at Sprouts. Somebody just heard.
Just Sprouts. They're just some caramels. And she's just like, it's horse candy. It's good.
Look at him. He's a good horse. Good boy.
Horse cookies.
That's a good boy. Could you hold on to Ela? Mm-hmm. No, you're going to hold on to Ela.
Do whatever you want.
All right. So put your leg down because I'm going to pick it up. So you're the horse,
he's watching too.
and I'm going to ask you for your leg. Good boy. You can do it. Come on.
Someone explain what was going on in the love scene. I'm too stupid to understand. Beats me. It really does. He was just having some fun, I think. What did he say? Here, we'll run it back here real quick.
Hi, my name is Deputy Sheriff Love, and welcome to my horse range.
I would love that.
Oh my god.
That's the spot, eh, buddy? Whoa! You are a big golly. He's so strong. Oh my goodness. You got a carrot? A carrot?
I do think that cleared it up, if I'm being honest.
Somebody just turned me on. Look at him. He's a good horse. Good boy. That's a good boy.
Oh,
Could you hold on to Ela? Mm-hmm. No, you're going to hold on to Ela.
do whatever you want.
All right. So put your leg down because I'm going to pick it up. So you're the horse,
He's watching too.
and I'm going to ask you for your leg. Good boy. You can do it. Come on. You can do it.
I'm not letting you dominate me. Ah!
All right. Good boy. That is so good. All right. Notice that my body is next to you. Okay?
What is happening?
And I'm
This
trying
isn't
to
helpful.
support you with my body.
Just
He's
for the
walking
record.
away.
Yes.
He's like, no.
So that's what we're
Am
going to
I
do.
right? That's what's prepping me? Okay.
Does that make sense?
No. Yeah.
You're going to follow his rump all the way down to his hock,
Okay.
which is that.
Okay. Come on, give me that thing.
You're going to follow him.
There we go. There we go.
The way Ethan just ignores every time that he's given directions, he just goes, okay, I got it, and then it completely ignores what they told him to do.
No. Yeah.
You're going to follow his rump all the way down to his hock,
Okay.
which is that.
Okay. Come on, give me that thing.
You're going to follow him.
There we go. There we go. There we
You
go.
have to actually hold your foot.
I'm trying, but I can't. How am I gonna hold a horse hoof? I see. I know exactly how to cut it. You want to cut that nice little triangle from the back, right? And you don't. I'm telling you, you don't need to tell me anything. There's the shape, right?
Yeah.
There's a triangle. That's easy, and then easy. I'm gonna get him all wet. There we go. Attaboy, attaboy.
And he thinks it's kind of easy.
I never said that. I I just said I know exactly what I'm doing. This is no problem. Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm going to get that.
Need to save that for a soundbite.
Weren't we talking about that sexy part before?
That sexy horse cock?
All right, I'm going to get those. We'll do it.
I can't.
It's tricky. It's really difficult. It seems easy when you watch those videos, doesn't it?
See, now
So the
I
way
gotta
I'm gonna
do it.
Is I'm going to put his foot just in there.
Right. We're not done.
Okay, pull down. Okay,
Is that good?
that's all we can do right now.
Okay. Let's get on here. Yeehaw.
Beautiful. Look at this progress. This is awesome. Good job.
Is this what it was like in your dreams, Ethan?
Better.
It's better?
Okay, you want to do that? You can take that.
I was naked in my dreams. I don't know why.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you go.
Nice.
Well, thank you, Dawn, for showing us around and showing us the ways of the farrier. And I'll tell you what, I've never met a fair farrier. And you're more than a horse tender. You're also a poet, and you've prepared a poem for us
I
today.
have the horseshoe.
Ooh.
Born of
If Snark fucks with this lady, we ride at dawn. We ride at Donna's. From Donna's to the Snarkers, you get it.
fire, molten steel, polished by thundering hoofbeats, hammered by blacksmith to perfect fit, unique in both shape and wear, stones, fields, tracks, and trails thinned my face atom by atom, till one day the craftsman pulled and discarded me, replaced me with cousins anew. Hold me now, Feel my weight. Read my tale of humble service. Close your eyes. See my horse. Ponder the adventures we've shared. Release your faith. Soar with me. I'll take you there once again. Treasure me.
I have to say, something tells me this isn't a Tamara edit job. Just based on some of these overlays.
Keep me in a special place.
I think she might do something
I'll
a
bring
little
you
bit
grace,
more
my
complex
friend.
than this.
Wow, beautiful.
Isn't that special?
It's special, and it's all about this
That very
special shoe
Yeah,
right here.
That very shoe.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Wow. The farrier knife hits the white chalk. Clack. I scoot closer to the horse and feel his energy intertwined with me. Do you feel it? I do. It moved a little bit. Do we both feel that, or is it just me? I moved a little closer and I clacked it a little bit more. It was unmistakable this time. I was definitely semi-erect.
Freak.
I was not expecting that.
Do you feel it? I looked to him. I could tell. He also felt it. See? He feels it. And that's my poem. It's called Me and My Horse.
Beautiful
So
stuff.
let's just go ahead.
And I was just fucking around. That was a beautiful edit. Really well done. Really well put together. Who doesn't love a little bit of shit posting over the top every once in a while? That's my favorite part. But now we're moving on from the fun into the den of fire. This is Frogan, Denims, Reddit, and Discord mods in legal trouble. Fast facts from Legal Mindset. Legal Mindset. Let's see. That was beautiful. Applause, everybody. Sorry, I don't have a... Here, I'll do this. Don't have buttons, but hit one of these real quick. One hour WWE crowd cheer sound effect. Perfect. Alex's favorite law tuber. See, Alex, he made a comment about Bruce Rivers last time. And it got to me, because he acts like I don't like Bruce Rivers. So I'm going to show you, in the first few seconds, exactly why Bruce Rivers is the best law tuber out there. Don't even need to watch the full video.
That. It's all BS. It's all. He should just keep doing that and bat them away, dismiss them. He should never have filed a lawsuit, because now you're under oath, motherfucker. And guess what? You lie under oath. That's a crime. It could be impeachable. Oh, who did that? I did not have sex relations with that woman. Not one time.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to an...
With the revolver and the stop self-snitching hat and mug sitting on the and one in the back. You can't tell me he's not the best law tuber. But back to Legal Mindset. He's alright. He's alright. I'm just saying. But let's get into it.
So let's just go ahead and start with Frogie. Of course, I've got my PP. Now it's the same PP, but I'm going to do it differently and do it kind of special for you guys. So,
I guess we should check real quick. Have we gotten a title or a thumbnail? Nothing yet.
This is a very special PP because it's live. So let's talk about this. Frogan is literally about to default early next week. What has she done with the 50K she raised? We have not heard from her or her attorney at all. She has like 5 days to respond to our complaint or she loses by default. And this was last night. So it's probably down to 4 days. So after this came from Ethan. So this is from Ethan, right? This was the Snarkers. And this is one of the most legally inaccurate takes. That's what
he's too hyped up on the drama side of things. Makes me trust him less as a law professional for some reason. If you're talking about legal mindset, yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Like Bruce Rivers does seem to try and keep it more like if he talks about internet stuff, it is very much like super topical, super like popular news. Whereas legal mindset's kind of he's hopping on the clout train a bit. But I would hope that regardless of why he's doing the video, his video would be for, you know what I mean? Like the purpose of the video wouldn't negate from the facts that he's trying to present, right? Because what he would want to present is himself as the best lawyer, not to be biased in whatever regard. So I feel like it does hurt some credibility though, for sure.
One of the most legally inaccurate takes.
Yeah, I mean they involved him and called him a fake lawyer. So yeah, that is true. They kind of gave him a reason to keep coming back. Wait, here, let me run it back a couple seconds.
This was the Snarkers, and this is one of the most legally inaccurate takes. That's one of the most legally inaccurate takes ever. Okay, this is from the Snarkers. Can't wait to see the case dismissed after Fro. What is she like? First of all, who calls her Fro? Like when I hear them call her Fro, it sounds like she's Froyo. Okay, like I can't not think that she's frozen yogurt. So let's get into this. After Fro files a motion to quash after being improperly served, this dude is such an idiot.
Wait, now I'm wondering, was this the one I did watch? No, yes, this was the one I was trying to watch. Sorry. I completely fucked up. This one I already watched. We did already watch this one. Or did we? I'm pretty sure we did watch this one. I just remember that Froyo joke so clearly. Because the one I wanted to watch was this one, which came out 2 days ago. Which is much shorter, but it's about the Tim Houthi versus Ethan. Can somebody confirm that we did watch this one? Anybody? I know a few of you were here on Monday. Because if I remember correctly, yeah, I think this was literally just him confirming that they can. If you don't remember it, maybe we'll just watch both. I think we did, but I also watched on my own, so I can't remember LMAO. Here, we'll watch this one first, though. This one is a little bit newer, but it's a completely separate topic. I think so because I remember Froyo too. Okay, we'll watch this one then, and then maybe move on. But this one is about Tim Houthi versus Klein. Fast facts. See, that's the problem. Is I know I skimmed them both before watching, but this was definitely the one that I wanted to watch because I remember it came out on Monday, and I didn't want to watch it the same day that it came out. So we'll watch this one. My bad. Go check out Legal Mindset.
Infamous hot Houthi pirate dubbed Tim Houthi Chalamet is thinking about suing Ethan Klein. That's right, suing him for calling him a terrorist. We're going to get into that today on The Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is a Fast Facts premiere. Give me the quick and dirty.
I have to say, this is kind of an interesting, I never noticed this before, kind of an interesting haircut. He's got the comb over, but only after the first, like, receding side. He just combs over half of his hair. He still has this whole side, like, he's, like, not hiding the fact that he has a receding hairline. But he's still combed over just this bit.
We're going to get into that today on The Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is a Fast Facts premiere. Give me the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. And I do apologize. I've been a little bit absent. This is my birthday weekend, so I am quite enjoying it. But I'm glad to bring this one here because this is a hilarious one for you guys tonight. So some of you may or may not know who this guy is, who Tim Houthi is. Of course, that's slang for this guy. This guy goes online by the name Rashid Al-Haddad.
Oh, I actually haven't heard of LUS before. Maybe we'll check out one of their videos after this. They do have quite a few on this whole topic. So there's a few aspects that I like getting an outside perspective on to try and reanalyze things. But I don't want to just jump in if it's more of the same that we've already seen. See, this is interesting because coming from, I was interested in getting a lawyer's perspective on this whole Houthi thing, because obviously it's just one person's opinion, but regardless of the amount of credibility he has more credibility in a legal sense than any other just random person on the internet. So
aka Tim Houthi Chalamet, for his resemblance obviously to Timothy Chalamet from the movie Dune. And he became famous for really getting circulated in social media as the quote-unquote hot Houthi pirate, and for being brought on stream with one Hassan Piker, which had almost no ramifications at all from Twitch. And this was quite a controversy and kind of blew him up on social media, gave him kind of a micro influencer status. Well, of course,
Tim Houthi saying Ethan took advantage of him by using the things he said was insanely funny to me. Yeah, I don't know. And the thing that really got me was him saying that he sent, like, basically saying that he sent like porn stars to him or whatever, being like, you sent OF girls to me. You sent your harlots, Ethan Klein.
As with all people, your 15 seconds of, whether it's fame or shame runs out eventually. At some point, that moment goes away. And his moment was, the moment when he was caught on the boat, and he was there, getting a picture on the boat. And that was his moment of fame, and also going on with Hassan. So now he's attempting to kick up a lawsuit. So here he goes here. Rashid Al-Haddad says, why did Ethan Klein say that I am a terrorist even though I am not? I am a Yemeni citizen. By the way, weapons in Yemen are just like phones. Anyone can own them. I want to file a lawsuit against Ethan Klein. So we're going to examine this. Does he have a case? Does he not have a case? Especially in U.S. courts, because I'm going to assume here that he'd be suing Ethan Klein in a U.S. court. Now we're going to...
He's going to sue them in the Yemeni courts. What are you talking about? Why would you make that assumption, racist?
Talk about Yemen as well. At the end, of course, I'm not a Yemeni lawyer, but I can tell you exactly about the enforceability of Yemeni law in the United States. Spoiler alert, not good. So we're going to get into it with the analysis. So the first thing you're going to look at is what would be suing for? Well, defamation. And a lot of people on the internet do call other people a terrorist. Now, that is not a word in and of itself per se, that is automatically defamatory. It's not one of those words where it would necessarily yet 100% say this is going to go into the camp of defamation. There are certain words that you can say or call people that are more defamatory than others. And there's certain words you can call people that are really not defamatory. If you call people, certain derogatory terms that are just vulgar and they're purely vulgar, but not criminal, they tend to not be defamatory. However, if you're calling someone a criminal, and a terrorist is typically a criminal, that is something that leans on the side of defamatory. So that's what I look.
That's why Americans need to start using the British slang, bellend. knobhead. They just call people like the ends of a penis a lot. Bellend and knobhead.
Look at with the analysis of, is a statement defamatory or not? Is it implicating someone as a criminal? When it does, it tends to be more defamatory than not. So that's where that statement generally lands. And there's a lot of people on the internet that are called this day to day. Now, why is this?
Alex is really tweaking over the Houthi word. He's like, Houthi sounds like an incomplete word, or like it's an onomatopoeia or something. See, it sounds like somebody with a lisp saying Houthi or something. It sounds like there's too much aeration in the word Houthi. There's not any hard-hitting sounds.
Difficult. Well, the standard under New York Times versus Sullivan is malicious, because this guy is undoubtedly a public figure. He puts himself out there on social media. He's very active on social media. He went on a top streamers, stream. So he is a public figure. He's not a private person. So he would be examined under New York Times versus Sullivan standard. So there would need to be malice. So what he says would need to be maliciously untrue. The fact of the matter is, based on photos like these photos, where we see Tim Houthi here posing, or Mr. Rashid posting with the stolen ship. This is a hijacked ship, a confirmed hijacked ship. He actually goes closer to the ship in another.
Calling someone a dick tip kind of slaps, to be honest. So true. Big tip. No, but that's what I'm saying. Bellend, honestly, once I realized what they were actually saying and they weren't just like making noises, I went, oh, that's a pretty good one.
Video, but you can see it here. He's also posing in what looks like military attire with an AK over here. So looking at this, it gives you a reasonable belief.
And we can assume that he's wearing the same outfit in this, because this is the same top piece. He just has a coat over top. So he may or may not have his gun here in this photo, but you can see the strap for the waist bag that he has on.
This a reasonable person, a regular person, a normie, a total normie who knows nothing about this, says, wow, this guy could be a terrorist. I'm not sure. I would need more information. And your duty under a duty of malice is not to have all the information, but just based on the information out there, the information you can look at, the information you can find that's readily available, right? You're going to look at that information. Is it malicious to say this guy could be a terrorist? It's possible he could be a terrorist. I think a reasonable person could say that. However, it is possible that he is not legally defined as a terrorist, i.e. he is not personally a member of a group that is deemed a terrorist, right? He's probably trying to make that argument. He's probably going to say, I'm Yemeni and Klein is criticizing me for Yemeni. Okay, maybe that might even be a fair argument. I'll even entertain that fact, right? Give him a benefit of the doubt for a second. But guess what? He would still lose at a case in the United States because the legal standard is higher. So with the U.S. Legal standard here, the likely result would be a case to be dismissed, right? So the U.S. claim would likely be dismissed.
I guess it is interesting because proving the negative of that based on like the evidence that is presented, like proving that you aren't a terrorist when there is like these, like when there is I mean, you could argue if the evidence is super skewed, like, or like, you know what I mean? If it's being like misused or misappropriated to like fit this terrorist like moniker or whatever, but like it would be so much harder than to prove that you're not a terrorist or you're not a Houthi or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like the onus being on him is definitely going to make it more difficult than being like, well, look at all this stuff I've already talked about. This is why I think he is. But he would also have to prove that Ethan also doesn't genuinely believe that, right? Or I guess for defamation, it doesn't necessarily matter. It does in some way, but not like to the whole. Like that isn't the whole That isn't the only part that they analyze as your motive.
Either at motion to dismiss or at summary judgment. He would likely, if he brought the case and even had the money to bring the case, they would outright dismiss it, or it would get to summary judgment. They'd say, look, you don't meet the bar you don't meet the level of malice. You really can't prove that Ethan Klein is being malicious and he's lying completely about this. You'd have to put more proof out there that you are definitively not a member of a terrorist group, because
when Lonerbox watched his interview with Noah with his own interpreters was wild. They were saying Tim's interpreters were leading him away from seeming like he was involved and was misleading. No, I did see parts of that, and they were saying basically that he wasn't just directing him to, he was also misquoting him when he was giving the translations of what he said to make it seem more like positive, which is crazy. Like, and again, who knows? Maybe I don't speak the language. Maybe Lonerbox's translator was lying. Who fucking that's what makes it so difficult too. All I can go off of are the things that he has posted in English, and then people want to be like, he doesn't know what it means. He doesn't understand English at all. It's like, I think he understands how translate functions work.
At this point, what it seems like is he is grifting off his grift. The quote unquote hot Houthi pirate is grifting off being a sexy terrorist and trying to make terrorism sexy. And if that is what he is marketing himself as, then
now I wonder if Ethan and Muda end up suing Noah for calling them, they called them genocide supporters. It would not hold up in court. Yeah, I wonder if that's kind of, they probably thought that it would be more of a difficult legal case to take on, and that's why he went for these more easy dunks that were also for, a transformative purpose. Something that helps fair use, if you really think about it, at the end of the day.
People would not be mistaken to take himself as a terrorist. So if he's marketing himself as a terrorist, as, the kind of bad boy terrorist, the hot bad boy terrorist, the rebel who's fighting back, well, if people interpret you as you market yourself, that's not malicious. Now, it may be all a game. It may be all LARPing. In fact, I think it is. I mean, this individual looks kind of soft. I think there's a reason to believe that he's not actually a terrorist. He's not actually like a hard.
Actually, now that I think about it, the Noah Samson one is kind of a hard sell, though, because it wasn't just, or I guess it is like such, English is just such a loose language, and that's why it sucks, because he specifically said that they backed a genocide. And what do you mean by backed? Because they didn't, support it with funds or something, and if you say that they did, in what regard? Because then you could say that anybody that pays their taxes is also paying you know what I mean? It's like, it is complicated. I just feel like proving defamation is often much more difficult than proving something like fair use.
Hardened guy, he's out there watching One Piece. He's probably like some,
Noah will say that Muda lied about being an engineer. Yeah, it's true. Noah would just come into court like, who cares what I did? Muda's not even an engineer. Did you guys see that Noah Samson? I'll pull up the clip. Noah Samson was on Hassan's stream and was talking to Lonerbox. They were watching something with Lonerbox in it or something, and he just goes, "Destiny fucked his girlfriend," and it was the most frat bro-y thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, actually, let me pull it up on the side here.
Yemeni weeb, whatever, right? Who just wants to cosplay as a terrorist, right? That would be a reasonable alternative explanation. But guess what? You've marketed yourself as that. You put yourself out as that. So it's hard to put that back in the box. Now, the one thing that could happen, and this is going over to Yemen, is he could get an unenforceable Yemeni judgment or a local tribal court ruling. So in Yemen, there's, as in many countries, it's very, very common, right? There's often customary law, what's called customary law. of dispute resolution, meaning the centralized legal system is weak, and that exists in many countries all over the world. Therefore, the customs that are applicable, the local customs, the local ways of life, they can be types of rulings. But getting some local tribal ruling in Yemen is not going to be enforceable in a U.S. court. They're going to laugh at that and toss it out. It's just not going to work. So as much as he might have that piece of paper at some point from some Yemeni, local tribal yokel, that's not going to work.
Yeah, okay. He's being a little crazy now. I don't know much about Yemen, but just talking about him like that is kind of fucking insane, I must say. Fucking legal mindset's going a little... Is he a passport bro? Is he...
Work in the United States or any big boy country with real legal systems. So that said, likely a social media stunt for attention due to lawsuits trending. What he sees right now and what this guy is trying to do is he's trying to hijack the headlines. Right now, lawsuits are hot. The Klein lawsuit is big, and he wants to clout jack off of that, get back in the algorithm, get trending again, and get attention for his particular causes. And you know what? I understand it. I can't even blame people for trying to hijack the algo. However, I can blame them for making up nonsense lawsuits, and this is absolutely.
Hutch talked with Lonerbox about it. I guess we might be able to watch it. We kind of have the time. We could watch Lonerbox
lawsuit that would go absolutely nowhere.
Talk to Hutch.
Let me know what you guys think of Timothy Chalamet versus Klein in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
I love watching Johnny Somali get punched. Let's watch it one more time.
On the next one.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
Are you guys enjoying the stream today? Imagine I just get punched in the fucking face right now because I said that. That would have been bad. Yikes. That would have been bad. Oh, here, does he show the clip?
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend.
Like, he's such a fuck. Destiny fucked that guy's girlfriend. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. When I said dorks making fun of dorks. It's like we're all losers on the internet, bro. Don't try and act high and mighty or like act like some... That's the guy... That's the guy who... Do we need to bring up all of his what that girl said? What was it that he isn't that the guy that lied about having multiple partners? That lied to his partners because he's a pussy and can't be honest about the fact that he's sleeping with multiple people at once? Isn't that the fucking pussy who can't even tell the girls that he's sleeping with that he might be having other partners that he's getting intimate with? Because he's a coward who can't understand how to have a relationship properly? Noah is just bad vibes. No, that's why I said they are just like some frat bros that really they're really good at hiding it.
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend.
Are you kidding me with this? He would weaponize that? He would weaponize Pixie of all people in that particular way? These people are completely full of shit. They're utter frauds.
These two people, these two spoiled, rotten frat cunts who sit there, who both of whom used to promote my content, used to watch and enjoy and learn from my content. They're not that interested in politics and history and foreign policy and like the nuances of the conflict. They're not interested in any of that. That's why like the arguments are all like it's all straw man and otherwise it's just personal stuff. I don't really. That's why he doesn't engage with people. That's why he had one debate with Vosh and he still has PTSD from it to this day.
It's just such a
Yeah, and by the way, the woman they're talking about like that is currently in court trying to go after one of her abusers. Disgusting, yeah. And that part just adds to it too, because it's like it's already just so weird and disgusting to be that type of person to try and point that type of thing out. But also given the circumstances that are very public, like about I guess I won't even name, because they might name her. They might talk about her, who she is in this, but I won't just for now. But yeah, it's like, it's unnecessary. It's especially because it dehumanizes, when you talk like that, it quite literally is the dehumanizing of that woman. You're not giving her agency. Oh, ha, he conquered him. That's the guy who was conquered. His woman, like it's just
pernicious,
so stupid
lie to say that Lonerbox is a mouthpiece for Israel. It is not based in any kind of factual basis. So like them just constantly, casually making this claim about Loner is...
Noah has the same dead eyes that Mr. Beast has. Anyone with those soulless doll eyes I can never trust. He has those soulless Mr. Beast eyes and not even a fraction of the money. Isn't that sad?
Is pernicious. And they just repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Welcome in, all the family. Love everybody in here. Appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, talking about H3 stuff.
That Lonerbox is this like spokesperson, this cheerleader for Israel. But when you listen to Loner speak about these issues, he is quite complex. He's conveying ideas that are quite complex. He's approaching the situation with nuance. But he has said over and over and over again, he thinks that Israel is committing war crimes, that Netanyahu belongs in prison. I've never seen him shy away from criticizing Israel. And Hassan knows this. That's the, Hassan actually promoted Lonerbox once upon a time. When I had that conversation with Loner, he said Hassan used to watch his videos, I think, or maybe just watch one video. But Hassan knows this, so this is it's just a lie. He is just lying. Noah, maybe he, I don't know if Noah knows this. Maybe Noah actually believes that Loner is this, dedicated mouthpiece for Israel. But Hassan knows that this is not true, so he's just lying. He's just straight up lying about it. And I just don't have respect for people who consistently lie. I don't know about you guys. I think it's a very bad quality. Thankfully, Lonerbox is a grown-up. Seems like he can take the heat. He doesn't back away from his positions because of this crazy, insane mob. But his mob, his people, and especially his people, these are some of the most vicious, cruel people that you will find on the internet, which is amazing when you consider the fact that they probably think of they probably think of themselves and their movement as one that is motivated by empathy and a desire for the collective good. And yet, if you violate their orthodoxy in any kind of way, they will come after you just as viciously. In fact,
see, it sounded corny in the last stream I did because I said this, but I do think it's true that like Hassan talks about being a hedonist and being like, oh, I'm just whatever. But I think that it all stems from the fact that Hassan lacks any type of virtue. Like, he doesn't want to give anybody grace. He never wants to secede on a point. He never wants to like just give anybody the benefit of the doubt or like anything like that. And he lacks any type of virtue, and they just want to like do performative virtue and like give these like performative morals and like performative ethics. It's so weird. Because it's not hard to just be genuine and have your own opinions and think things and help shape like the people that that watch you for those types of things. Because I'm sure everybody has at least some kind of a younger audience, some people that are somewhat younger than them that they can help guide in some way. And that's kind of who you should be talking to the whole time, probably. But from them, it's only coming from a place of wanting everybody to appreciate what they have to say, rather than saying something that has have something that's worth appreciating. Say something that's worth appreciating.
In fact, more viciously than MAGA.
He was mad at his own chat, calling him anti-Semitic. I wonder why you have cultivated such a a community that would consider any criticism towards Israel to be anti-Semitic. I wonder how.
This is another like just obvious lie. Like if I go in Lonerbox's chat, this idea that Lonerbox's like regular viewers, like one thing I've learned about
Ooh, we did jump up a little bit. Thank you everybody that just subscribed.
Lonerbox,
I
his
got a
viewers
subscriber.
love him, and it makes me jealous because I'm dealing with the shit show in Twitch. No disrespect, Twitch chat. Every other comment is about being fat and bald. I even got some roasters in the YouTube chat, but Lonerbox's chat, they fucking heavily with Loner. I have the worst chat on Twitch. They protect their daddy. They offer him protection and comfort. The idea that he might have a few people in his chat pushing back. Like I have a few people in my Twitch chat that, you know, come in and they kind of do hate watching stuff. And a lot of them are old time viewers, which is very sad and depressing to me. But this idea that like even his
I was trying to read his chat for a second because he was talking about it, and I just see, is Loner fat? I don't know. I don't think so. Doesn't look fat.
Chat was calling him anti.
Is this Lonerbox? For a second, I thought this was, if anybody knows, I thought this was the Los Poyos' dad.
Semitic. Okay, was it his chat or was it like one guy that found the stream that's like hate watching? It's just, I find all of this to be so disingenuous. Like, he's such a fucking weaselly little liar. He is. You shouldn't respect people.
He said the thing, he threw it back at him.
That lie like
Nah, it is just, Hassan really is a weaselly little liar, dude. It is crazy.
this. You shouldn't. They don't deserve your respect. People that lie about this stuff suck.
If all Jews are pro-genocide of Palestinians, you're anti-Semitic for being against the genocide of Palestinians. And I was like, yeah, okay. Who cares? What do you mean?
What? Wait, the first part I think he might have fucked up when he was talking. What did he say?
If all Jews are pro-genocide of Palestinians...
If all Jews are pro-genocide of Palestinians...
You're anti-Semitic for being against the genocide of Palestinians. And
you're anti-Semitic for being against the genocide of Palestinians.
I was like, yeah, okay. Who cares?
And then he's saying, okay, who cares? Then I am anti-Semitic. So first of all, nobody's saying even that all Jews care about the existence of Israel. The point people have made is that it is a majority of Jews. Even if it's 51%, it is the majority. And for you to then say that their belief in the existence of Israel is the same as wanting the destruction of the Palestinian people, then you are being anti-Semitic because you are doing the conflation that I just had to break down like so many, like that took so many levels to break down from what he actually said, which is that all Jews want the genocide of Palestinians, which is crazy.
What do you mean? Like, that's such a stupid argument. What do you think? Like,
if that's anti-Semitism, the word doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
anymore. then being Jewish is
just a wild straw man. Like, of course, Loner never said that. Like, of course, he never said anything like this. If all Jews, this is what Hassan said. If all Jews are pro-genocide of Palestinians, you're anti-Semitic for being against the genocide. That's what they're claiming. Loner said. Like, do you guys not understand? Like, we need to listen. We need to get Loner Ethan's lawyer. This is what we need to do. It is so. That is such a blatant lie.
Being pro-genocide. That's what that means. And
Which
it's like,
is
that's anti.
Which is just, it's crazy because I've done my little bit of research. Because here's the thing. I read the comments. I shouldn't read my comments, but I get a lot of hate comments and stuff. Here, I'll pull up the most recent ones. Or I won't even pull them up. Why? They're not worth giving the breath. But the main thing people keep telling, like, it's just so funny because I just keep hearing the same names regurgitated over and over again. And it's Elon Pape and Avi Shalom. And it's not that they're bad historians or something. It's a lot of the times they are pushing a narrative or perspective using historical like facts. So it isn't like just a historical book. It is meant to present an idea for like a future or something. You know, they're manifestos of sorts. But from what I've gathered, at least from Elon Pape, is that Elon Pape's view on like a one state solution is to have just like a full democratic, every person has a vote, whatever. And Hassan doesn't even agree with that because he thinks that the colonizers should go back to Brooklyn and go back to Poland and all this shit. So it's like, it's just ridiculous on so many like levels, because is he even trying to like come at it from the perspective of these like people that they talk about as like the high level thinkers in the Palestinian perspective? It's really weird. It is really weird because you can have like a healthy discussion about what's the correct path, but the difference between a one state or a two state. But when you just start with, and obviously Elon Pape has like there is more that he says than just that, but I can tell that is at least the starting point that he comes from. And when you don't have at least that starting point as like the first maneuver, like to at least go like, well, everybody needs to be equal in some way. Like, okay, that's at least, it's not the idea, you know what I mean? It doesn't fit the, like there's just a lot of reasons, both culturally, why you would like, if you feel like these either on either side, if you think that either side has a disdain for the other, why would you think that creating a state, like a single state overnight, would be the solution? Because that like disdain would persist and would only create more like aggression and maybe even violence in certain regards. And so it's like, that's why the two state, like, honestly, the way Ethan puts it, I think is like a very plausible belief where, yeah, your hope is to one day, like I say it kind of as a joke, but it is kind of like the idea, right, is like have like a one world government, right? Like that's like what that's what the globalists want. That's the evil organization. But like a one world government where everybody has equal rights, everybody has peace. Like the idea of it is idealistic, but that is the ideal that we should be working towards, is like something like Star Trek where they're able to fucking then go into space and then do their own stuff. But a post-scarcity society. But we need something in the interim to be able to work towards that perfect society, the utopia that we want. And yeah, so to just say like, oh, well, overnight we need the one state and the colonizers and their descendants need to and I won't even put the colonizers, we can leave out of quotation, because what he's talking about is the descendants of colonizers. The people that were born there and that might have come from something that was heinous. And it's not about changing the past. It's about creating a more beautiful future. But let's continue. Sorry.
Semitic, which is incredibly anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
It is such a stupid argument that you could only put together if you just think like Jews are magical, mystical.
While iDubbbz drops the most ridiculous video ever. I did see he dropped a video on immigration, which is crazy. Especially, like, there's just so many. He's just, again, it's that performative stuff. People being performative is just so weird to me, because it's not that hard to just care about things. Like, genuinely.
Mythical people or something, like what?
Except he never said that though. You're just making it up. Like I don't understand how people can respect people who lie like this. It's just this is a lie. This is not. He's not. This isn't like hyperbole. It's not like he misunderstood. He's just lying. It's just a lie.
These people are going to be trying to dial back and whitewash what they have been saying this entire time.
Nope. I can guarantee you, 5 years from now, Lonerbox is going to be saying the same rhetoric that in reflection that he's saying now. Like they're just they live in such a delusional fantasy where we've been talking about this recently, where these people are fully convinced that everyone in the country that's moving away from Israel are moving towards them. They fully believe like everyone is seeing exactly what we've been saying this whole time. There weren't any on October 7th, or maybe there were a few, Hamas is in perfect resistance, and they fully believe this. Like, they think their numbers are growing because public sentiment about Israel is going down, and it's just delusional. These people believe that they're justified in lying about people like Loner because they see people like Loner as, complicit in a genocide. And so the ends justify the means.
Thanks to everybody in chat. I'm trying to read it. It's going so fast now. I'm not used to this. But it's going great. Having a great time. I hope everybody's having fun. And I saw one, you don't need to know much about politics or Israel-Palestine in particular to know that a sudden one-state solution would not be good. And I think most sane people understand the nuance required to consider the humanity for innocent civilians for both groups. Yeah. And that's the part that I think that people like Noah and Hassan are willing to look past, is the innocent civilians on both sides. All they care about is winning the, I don't even know what they want to win. Like, it's such I think it really does come from the unwillingness to secede on any point. So much so that he's now going against, like, all the Arab nations and, like, all these different, like, it's so crazy. The wants of the Palestinian people. And it is crazy. It is crazy.
It's completely morally justified to smear him, and it's just disgusting, quite frankly. And we haven't even got to the most disgusting part. There's one particular part that I want to get to that is so fucking disgusting, coming from a self-described, like, leftist or feminist. This guy says some disgusting shit coming up here in just a minute. Just wait for it.
Whistleblower testimony on Gaza aid plan reveals shocking details. This isn't shocking for anyone but you, Lonerbox. You're not even shocked by this anyway. You know.
I have seen so many clips, not just like one or two, and I've had direct conversations with Loner at least a couple times where he's mentioned the fact that Israeli soldiers. I think I could be wrong. I think he's alluded to the fact that Israeli soldiers are. They skew very young, and they're very what would the word be? It's like amateur hour. Like he is.
I mean, if you think about it, everywhere it is kind of bad that we have our soldiers be so young, because it's before they're developed fully mentally, and are much more probably, after being broken down, much more willing to just accept orders and do what they're told, and then that leads to the PTSD that is so common.
Constantly talked about various examples of Israeli war crimes. He's also pushed back on other things where people are saying that this one thing was a war crime, and then more information came out, blah blah. So it's not like it's just always one or the other. But I've heard him talk about Israelis committing war crimes so many times. So this title, like BE saying, it's shocking to everyone else who isn't a fucking rabid Zionist or whatever he said. I'm sure this did not shock Lonerbox. The idea that the war crimes were happening during this conflict. Why would that shock him? If you're even loosely familiar with Loner's content, why would that shock you?
You're trying to defend a genocide. You're consciously doing so. You know what's happening. You're just trying to defend it. Whoa, shocking details. Everyone knew this was happening from the very beginning. Everyone knows what they're doing in Gaza and why they're doing it. You're just trying to pretend otherwise because you...
Our mandatory conscription is at 18, and it's for 2 to 3 years. So yeah, IDF is pretty young. Yeah.
I like that he answered the question that came up in my chat too. There we go. Thanks, Hutch.
Idiots. Well, yeah, you are an idiot. You're stupid, but you're not defending genocide because you're an idiot. You're defending genocide incompetently because you're a shit, terrible person paid by Israel to do so. These...
Just again, that's a knowing lie. Like, that's a conscious lie right there. They don't have any opinion about that, apparently.
Little rats are going to be scurrying out.
I think the saddest part for many of these people is, I don't know about Lonerbox, but like a lot of them are not even paid by Israel to do this.
Yeah.
They're literally...
I don't know about Lonerbox, but a lot of them are paid. That's another lie, by the way. Like, he knows that Lonerbox is not paid by Israel. He's been corrected on this numerous times. Like, he knows. He's a knowing liar.
Really doing this because they just backed the wrong horse. Some of this does go back to Destiny because these guys are like his dick riders, right? His orbiters, they call.
I like that nobody associates with Destiny anymore. After all this shit came out about Destiny, everybody went, okay, we were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Everybody knew he said edgy shit. Everybody knew he was this fucking everybody was like, okay, he's crazy, but when it comes to certain political certain like political nuance. He had like the historical knowledge because he just had like the want to go fucking read all the different articles and shit. But then after everything came out about him and being a creep and recording people that he had sex with and sending those recordings to different people, I haven't watched a Destiny video in literally probably since that happened. And it wasn't like a hard thing to do. So I don't know why he loves to like, because I think that's the same for most people that watch, like that were associated with Destiny in any way. Like, it's not that hard to drop people unless you're... I mean, Hassan did drop Lolo or whatever pretty quick, so fair enough. But you have to realize that if I'm going to give you that grace, you have to give other people grace too, because it's just stupid.
Called themselves that. And basically after October 7, this...
Here it comes. Ready? Get ready, guys.
Moron who is a horrible deadbeat dad and a sex pest decided, oh, Hassan is pro-Palestine, I'm pro-genocide. And he just came out of the gate swinging with that statement and then had to basically engage.
The reason people shit on Lonerbox for going to Israel is because he went with Destiny. And they say that him and Destiny went and they were paid by Israel to do like an Israel propaganda, but none of that's true. They just went and did a fucking whatever. They went and did like a tour across different areas in Israel, including talking to the Palestinian side and getting different opinions and stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I'm clarifying it properly because it wasn't just like some Israel propaganda. Is my mic too loud?
Engage in the worst.
Hassan and Destiny definitely hooked up. They definitely fucked. That was what I just said. That just came out of my head, I guess. But yes, I think they did. He does give the energy of a scorned lover, you know what I mean? With how much he hates Destiny. Like I'm saying, I'm willing to say Destiny's a piece of shit. Nobody should watch him or associate with him. But the way that Hassan didn't say his name for years and called him Voldemort and shit in his chat, it's just corny. It's weird.
Ad hoc rationalizations I have ever fucking seen. And he had the audacity to do this in real time, okay? Basically documenting every step he took and all of his dumbass orbiters that aren't even getting paid by the state of Israel.
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend.
Are you
Destiny fuck that guy's girl? It's just like literally frat bro shitting on somebody, his homeboy in the back just wanting to say something too. Has nothing to actually, like, I don't even know if he was listening to us. Like I said, I think we figured out he was a wide receiver in college football. We might have some more CTE going on here. You know, he was very defensive when it came to Ian's CTE, so there might be something there.
Okay? Basically documenting every step he took and all of his dumbass orbiters that aren't even getting paid by the state of Israel.
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend.
Like, it had nothing to do with what he was talking about at all. What the fuck? It's just so good. It's so good.
Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? These guys?
I wouldn't say that. I think Hassan and Destiny definitely think about each other the same amount. But it's because they're scorned lovers.
That guy? He claims to be a feminist? Really? This guy claims to be a feminist? This guy claims to have like progressive values or leftist values? Calls himself a feminist? And he would weaponize that? He would weaponize Pixie of all people in that particular way? These people are completely full of shit. They're utter frauds. They're just complete frauds. Like, the fact that he would say something like that is so f***ing disgusting. Like, it's actually so disgusting. Especially her, to use her in that way as a jab, you do not get to call yourself.
Because I mean, like I'm saying, at least if he were to have said like, bro, his girlfriend fucking cheats on him or something, like if he said something like that. But I do think that he really did, for some reason, like dehumanize her in a sense and just make her like, it's just Lonerbox's girlfriend. That's all she is. Which is kind of a not trying to be that, you know, social justice warrior or whatever, but I'm just trying to make a point.
Feminist at this point.
He read a book. He took a course.
It's all performative nonsense. It's just complete fraud. What a like just a gross thing to say. What is your moral system? Are you that flexible with your moral system that
someone needs to make an edit with Noah just not listening and waiting for his son to stop so he can say one dumb line? It would be pretty long, I think, if they went through all of the content. It would probably be pretty long.
You would use somebody in a jab like that? It's disgusting. Somebody explain this to me. Somebody explain this to me, man. I just do not understand. I just don't understand. Whatever. If you claim to be a leftist or progressive when it comes to like women's rights and the women's movement, if you claim to be a feminist, you would never ever say something like that. Especially her in that kind of way.
I have zero respect for Hassan, but it went into negatives when he was sharing the President Sunday video that leaked the story that Pixie didn't want to be public. Yeah, it like I'm saying, it really does feel like Hassan doesn't actually care about anything if it can win him points. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't actually care about the things that he claims to care about until it can win him points, because then you know what I mean, like he'll ebb and flow and say whatever he wants and show whatever he wants if it'll benefit him in opposition to his morals that he claims to hold, which is just so it's an odd character trait that I don't see how the people that are like big fans of Hassan don't see.
What a fucking piece of shit this guy is.
I think he took, and all of his dumbass orbiters that aren't even getting paid by the.
Why do Hassan's guests sit so far from Hassan? He wants them to look smaller than him. He wants to make sure he can show off the guns. So what was that? What was that, buddy? Have you noticed my big ass? Don't worry. See, Hila pointed it out, and everybody else was like, "It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal." I'm with you, Hila. I'm with you. I hope there's more people that stood on like. This shit's weird. It's weird to have a fucking big ass. Even if somebody made it for him, it was a fan made thing. He has it put up in his background, like he's like this is a private gym. It says Hassan and him jacked with a hairy chest. Like, bro, it's cringy as fuck. and honestly, Hassan, you better keep working out. You better stay fit. Stay shredded, stay yoked. Maybe do a couple cycles of gear, because if you start looking a little tubby, this is really going to become a problem. I'm just saying.
The state of Israel.
Sorry, let me run it back now. I've been running off at the mouth.
Say something like that, especially her in that kind of way. What a fucking piece of shit this guy is.
I think he took, and all of his dumbass orbiters that aren't even getting paid by the state of Israel.
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend, I think. Something like that.
I don't know. Yeah.
He knows. Look at.
So good. Oh my God. Look at it.
He knows. The way he's responding right now, he knows that was fucking problematic. He knows. He immediately tries to deflect away from that. Hassan knew right away, ooh, that's not good. And instead of saying to his face, you're sitting right there, you could just say like, hey, that's not cool. Like, why is she catching strays like this? He could have said that. He could have said that. If that was like my friend and they said something like that to me and I was sitting right next to him, I would look at them and be like, yo, what the f-? I would say something. Why would you not say something? He's smart enough to know that this is a bad thing that he just said. This is not getting nearly enough attention, by the way. The fact that he said that, how is this not making the rounds on the internet right now? This was such a disgusting thing to do. But he knows. Like, he knows. Like, watch his reaction again. Hold on.
Weird orbiters that aren't even getting paid by the state of Israel.
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend, I think. Something like that.
I don't know.
There's some weird lore with them.
I don't know. I don't know. Like the
He really wants him to like agree with him too. He's like, no, bro. No, like seriously though. Like there's like lore there, bro.
Deep details of.
Don't you hate it when your homie doesn't want to shit talk with you? Don't you hate it when your dog starts fucking acting like a bitch for some reason? Like, let's shit on her, bro. Let's shit on this broad. Come on.
Lore in their background. I don't care. I don't care to know. It's just like,
but it's just like they're doing it for free because they're.
He knew. He knew to back away from that immediately. He knew that was bad. That was not just bad. That was f***ing disgusting. That was actually disgusting. Does everybody understand why that was disgusting? That's f***ing disgusting. These guys are complete frauds. Like, I don't understand. It is vile. Yeah. Wanted to chat with Lonerbox and ask him about a couple specific things.
Hello.
Hey, man. How's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I just got done watching your segment on the Noah Samson Hassan show. I had a couple questions for you. Well, I want you to clear some things up because they made some claims that I found to be quite disturbing.
Yeah?
Yeah. They said, so there's two particular claims that I want to zone in on because, buddy, you're on thin ice with me if these are true, okay?
Shit.
They said, Loner said that a one-state solution is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No. I think I said that if you imposed it right now, resulting in Jews being a minority in the region, it would yield anti-Semitic
it's a boner
outcomes.
box.
And I think even the person I was talking to at the time didn't disagree with that. That's obvious, but yeah.
Okay. Cleared that one up.
Like in the future, like I would like to see a one-state solution. I think it makes the most sense. Like sectarianism is not a good thing, and forced ethnic majorities aren't a good thing. It's just, time and place.
Yeah, ideally, I think you're, as someone who lives in like a secular Western liberal democracy, like I obviously think that system is better, but the idea that you could just impose it now, they seem to run out. I think what they do a lot is they call that racism. So they'll say this is like people who thought that freed slaves would just murder all white people, or this is like what people said South African like black South Africans would do to white people. It would just be like an actual white genocide. Which I just find to be a particularly like shallow kind of analysis. It's pretty predictable that right now, if you literally forced these two groups to live with each other, it would be fucking civil war with horrible outcomes. Okay, all right, you cleared that one up. The other one I think is even more shocking. They said that you said, if all Jews are pro-genocide of Palestinians, you're anti-Semitic for being against the genocide. Do you have any comment on that one, buddy?
No, that's actually true. It's just that it would be justified to be honest.
He said that a little sassy. Why do you get mad at him like that?
You're anti-Semitic for being against the genocide. Do you have any comment on that one, buddy?
No, that's
He
actually
really believes
true.
it.
It's just
Oh,
that it would be justified
it
to be
is
honest.
true.
Like,
Oh,
that
no.
the case, no? I think they were saying that it wouldn't be anti-Semitic, like it wouldn't be okay to support them, to oppose them because they're Jewish, like they're special. That's kind of where the angle they were going for. But if every Jew wanted to do a genocide, then you'd probably be like, okay, well, why are all the Jews so fucking weird? No?
Okay, Lonerbox, yes. If you don't fucking... Why is he making this argument? I thought we were about to start off good. I was like, oh, Lonerbox finally stepping in. I've been yammering on for too long. He immediately makes the argument of, well, I mean, if they did, which, yes, very true. But the argument, yes, is that people are not monolithic. If you take the statement for what it is at face value, yes, it would be okay to be anti-Semitic in that instance. Crazy argument. This is what we call debate broing.
Wait, no, but that's not what they said. They said you would be anti-Semitic for being against the genocide if all Jews were pro-genocide.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess that last statement does make it does fall apart. it would make it justified to be anti-Semitic. Take that one. Take that soundbite. Oopsie.
You said that there were some other things, like you said literally everything they said was false. I mean, they called
like everything they said, yeah.
Yeah, what I mean, like, give me some examples. They were talking about you might, like, first of all, Hassan knows by now that you were not paid by Israel. So the fact that he's saying, well, he might have been, I don't know, that's just a full-on lie. Like, right? He's acknowledged at various times that you were not paid, right? Or am I making?
Yeah, maybe. Well, he doesn't. He has no he has no way of knowing. But also, if you know anything about the actual trip, and even if you just look at some of the highlights that were posted that everyone's been spamming around, then you would know that it wasn't like it couldn't have been a paid trip. Like the question because even people just say, oh well, it was free propaganda, you know, like the demon shit. I just like ask them, for which faction? Which faction were we propagandizing for? Because it can't be for the government, because we met a lot of people who were anti-government. Most Israelis we spoke to were anti-government. It can't be for Israeli left, because we spoke to a lot of Palestinians who actually are like brutally opposed to the Israeli left. It also can't be for them because we spoke to a lot of right-wingers who hate the Israeli left, like settlers. It can't be for the settlers because we spoke to people who want to kill the settlers. It's almost as if it was just like a trip where we did interviews with different factions in the region who don't.
Did we already watch the part where they talked about Vanilla Mace person shitting on Teddy Fresh? She said something there that made it super clear that she watches the podcast all the time. No, I didn't. I don't think we got there yet. If they talk about it in this conversation,
don't really see eye to eye on all that much. Yeah.
To me, it's just a conscious lie. I mean, like, what were the other misstatements?
I think the same with the straw men as well, right? Because say like Hassan said, or him and Noah both, I guess, believing that like, okay, there's this guy and he thinks that if all the Jews wanted to commit a genocide, you should still let them do it because they're Jews. This is apparently what this critic of theirs thinks. These two people, these two spoiled, rotten frat cunts who sit there, who both of whom used to promote my content, used to watch and enjoy and learn from my content. I've never watched any of their content and promoted, well, I've never promoted any of their content. I always thought that they were both idiots, but they both thought the thing of me. But then now suddenly they're like, yes, this person thinks that if all the Jews wanted to commit a genocide, they should be allowed to because they're special. It's like, that's not them misunderstanding an argument that was made about me. That's just them knowing that there's a critic here that they cannot really handle dealing with one-to-one. So we're just gonna lie. That's basically what that is.
I haven't checked in a minute. Let's see. Have we gotten a title or thumbnail yet? I think the people that said 20 to 30 minutes might have it here. If I'm being completely honest.
Really blows my mind that people have such low standards that, you know, number one, you should be able, if you're engaged and you're up to date on the lore or whatever, you would know that what they were saying was lies. They were just lying. This is not like misunderstanding or miscommunications. They're just knowingly lying about this stuff. Noah Samson, at one point, he mocked the idea that Ethan had said that Noah wanted to have him killed. But what other inference are we supposed to draw from we have proximity to these politicians and propagandists and protests isn't working? I know we've talked about this before, but he like laughed that off. Like, oh, Ethan.
Wait. It's not even that. What did he say about people who did actually get killed? He said, "Oh, go and read what they were saying."
Oh, right, yeah.
What? The woman who literally was part of an organization called Tech for Peace, which encouraged Israelis and Palestinians like mutually working together.
Yeah, to peace, to work towards. Well, yeah.
Charity funded stuff. Yeah. Actually, I know someone whose business who works with those people. And I know someone in a Palestinian in Israel who knows people in the West Bank who have been involved in that project and they benefited from it. It's like Tech 2 Peace, sorry. So it's just like that person's done more for peace than Noah ever will. Same with Hassan.
Well, that context, but
what they were saying, they couldn't be peace activists. Yeah.
That context obviously matters, but you don't even need that context. When he says protests have not been working, we have proximity to the politicians and propagandists, we need to escalate beyond protests. What the fuck is the most charitable inference you could draw from that? The most charitable inference you could draw is that he wants people to show up and intimidate them. But with the context that you're referring to here, he obviously is amenable or open to just political violence, like literal murder. You know, the idea that the guy brought that murder on himself because he posted pro IDF stuff, and his girlfriend, I guess, just inherits that baggage. You know, her murder was even more gruesome because she got shot, he reloaded, shot her again, and then shot her again. There were like 3 rounds of shooting as she was trying to like crawl away. Just a horrific murder. And this guy was like,
Zionist? Zionist?
just making light of it. But yeah, like what he said about Ethan, I thought was just unambiguously a threat for political violence. I don't know what, if you pressed him on that, how would he try to weasel out of that? You know?
Well, he wouldn't. He would just cry and shit himself. Like, that's why these people don't, that's why he doesn't engage with people. That's why he had one debate with Vosh and he still has PTSD from it to this day. And that's why he just ever hears the concept of debating anyone ever again and just kind of nervously goes, oh yeah, debate. That's just cringe.
I've never watched I've never watched the debate with Vosh.
I actually have seen a bit of the debate between Noah Samson and Vosh, and it is pretty bad. In the beginning, Vosh literally calls him out for being like, dude, you literally talked a bunch of shit and now you're trying to act all buddy-buddy. What the fuck is up? And that's coming from a horse fucker. Like, come on, man. Or sorry. Well, he is the horse fucker. It's hard to... It's about where we add the inflection there, you know?
Gosh, is it really that bad?
Oh god, it was so fucking funny. It was so funny. He did this video essay where he did all of the typical snide, snarky remarks at Vosh, and then he gets into the debate and just fumbles like right from the beginning. He couldn't...
Whoa. Do you think he has one of those vapes that you can like play games on?
Vosh, and then he gets into the debate and just fumbles like right from the beginning. He couldn't even string a sentence together. The guy was so out of his depth. And then he DM'd me on Twitter and he was like, listen, was the video really that bad? And I was kind of like, yeah, do you want, I can give you some notes if you want. We never followed up after that. But
wait,
someone said live. No way. You fucking... Why are you trolling me? You don't even have a title yet. We don't have a title or a thumbnail and you're trolling me? Come on.
You and Noah used to correspond?
No, that was the one. Because he shouted me out in his video, his like guide to breadtube video. I don't think I even have the DMs anymore because he'd be banned from Twitter. He's banned, yeah. But no, he did DM me saying, was the debate really that bad? No, was the video they made about Vosh really that bad? Yeah. Another funny story about that debate, and I could kind of prove this, is that not only that, but me and Denims were like in DMs laughing at him while he was doing it.
Oh no.
Yeah, the alignments have all shifted, yeah.
Oh no.
I remember we were speaking in DMs, we were like, yeah, this guy's really out of his
Pulling
depth.
Noah Samson. Brings up Denims. She fucked on Destiny's bed.
Doesn't he?
All right.
Fuck. You can see her in Vosh's chat in the debate.
She fucked a guy on Destiny's bed.
The most disgusting thing that I saw, and it's kind of surprising to me that I'm not seeing more people chattering about it online, because it was just so casually dropped, was the jab that he took at Pixie. Like using Pixie as to try to get a jab on you is fucking so disgusting.
He's a male feminist. That's what
it's so disgusting. Like that should be anathema to everything they claim to believe in. And he just so casually did it. And I don't know if you noticed, but Hassan was smart enough to sort of back away from that. He kind of just immediately was like, I don't know about all that. I don't really want to know. You could tell he knew it was bad.
Because he looks at, you can tell he like knows all the drama. He just kind of pretends to not know and brings it up. And you ever notice that thing that he does when he brings up drama and he's like, oh yeah, so there's this guy, I can't remember his name. Oh, is it Pisco? It's like, bro, of course you know who fucking Pisco is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's like, they've changed brands a little bit right now, right? Because obviously that whole intersectional leftist making fun of red pill people is old content. No one cares about that anymore. Now it's campism.
There are a lot of people in here right now. Let me just see how many of them leave when I say, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday before the H3 podcast. The H3 show. Sorry, let me correct myself. But how many people left? None yet.
Versus Leninism, and at the end of the day, those guys don't really care that much about anything intersectional. They don't care about feminism or anything else. So
Well, I know he claims he espouses himself to be a
Did y'all see the tweet Billy Mitchell made about denims? No.
Espouses like feminist
What?
rhetoric. He calls himself a feminist, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that he would just so
Billy
flippantly
Mitchell?
invoke her of all people, like after everything that she's like been through in the last year or so, that he would just use her as like a cheap jab like that is so fucking disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, they've all done it.
It blows my mind.
I think actually the only person who hasn't done it, as far as I know, is Hassan, because he's obviously.
What is he saying? So I can search it.
He's like 30 IQ, surrounded by people who are 12 IQ.
I just found that to be astounding. I saw that. I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know how they get away with this. Like they've seen, ostensibly they're fostering a more like left-wing, audience that has more progressive values when it comes to like gender stuff. But in a moment, just as a
Billy, for those who don't know, sorry, I should clarify. For those who don't know, Billy Mitchell is the guy from King of Kong or whatever, the guy who like lied about being the King of Kong. He like lied about his record or like cheated and got the record or something like that, and he like sued the movie makers or some shit. I don't remember. He had like some big debate over his record holding, but he holds a record for Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. I don't know why he would ever talk about denims. Man, it is a Wednesday, man. So true. We got Billy Mitchell talking about denims. We got Hutch and Lonerbox having a conversation. What a day. What a day indeed.
The way to try to score cheap points against you, they would weaponize like what happened to Pixie in that way. It just blows my mind. It just absolutely blows my mind. I feel like more people should be talking.
It's literally right here. It's from 6 hours ago. I found it. It's like one of the first things. Sorry. I like scrolled past it immediately for some reason. Dear @DenimsTV, I may help you with your legal defense, but you must first retract your claims that I am Timu John Wick. Keanu Reeves is Timu Billy Mitchell. You may even retract at the 28-minute mark of your next Dark Souls video. Sincerely, Right Winger. Thanks, Billy.
Talking about it, it's crazy. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they can find one tweet of Pixie saying bad things about Hamas, and then they would just excuse any attacks against her as well.
True. All right. Well, I hope you're well. Just wanted to. Was there any other thing that popped out of you during that discussion of you? Or did we cover all the bases there?
I don't know. It's just it's just boring. Like
the girl with the microphone in chat. Welcome in.
It's a dull game because like again, these guys. I feel like I'm just playing in the wrong sport.
Oh, did he win? He won his legal case? I guess that makes sense. He's like, I got some money. Let me see where I can throw this around.
Like in the wrong weight class, like the wrong everything, right? Because these people, I don't really make those kinds of like personal life attacks very often, if at all. But it feels like those guys they're not that interested in politics and history and foreign policy and like the nuances of the conflict. They're not interested in any of that. That's why like it's just the arguments are all like it's all straw man, and otherwise it's just personal stuff. I don't know. They're like slop creators. It's like being in a fucking boys' toilet. Like you're not going to get a good discussion Israel Palestine in the boys' toilet. No disrespect to fucking high school bullies or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it's a bit ironic considering they constantly claim that they don't do drama slop, which is hilarious. But the way that I described it to my chat, I'm sure you'll agree, is they have constructed this very rigid binary when it comes to Israel-Palestine. And Contra touched on it a little bit, but you and me had been talking about it before she made that observation, but there's basically two requirements for that. Maybe three requirements. So there's maybe three requirements. So like the first one would be that you believe in a one state full right of return. The second would be that you oh god, chat. What was it? What was the other one? You have to call it a genocide. And then the third one would be that you
oppose the terrorist organizations.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oppose them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oppose targeting civilians. You actually have to be in favor of it.
Right. If not explicitly in favor, you just can't condemn it. So like you can say stuff like it's imperfect resistance, but you can never fully condemn like the Houthis or Hezbollah or Hamas. So that would be like that 3. And so like anybody outside of that, of their side of the binary, they just put everybody in one big bucket where they're just like super hardcore Israel supporters. And anybody who's in that bucket, I think in their minds, they think it's justified to lie about these people in order to smear them. I think they see it as kind of like a miniature form of agitated propaganda where the ends justify the means. And if you can turn people away from people like you or Ethan or whoever else, then it's justified because you've pulled people away from this genocidal perspective. I
think that's like the biggest problem is that nobody wants like a middle ground. Everybody wants, they want like leaps and bounds. They want everybody to all of a sudden, and it's just so unproductive because you're never going to change somebody's mind in a conversation. You have to figure out where you can like find this middle ground and then slowly start, you know, bringing them over to your side and find concessions and find places that we can, you know, make arrangements and agreements and work towards a better future for everybody. Because it's not fair to any like one person or any one group to have to make them completely drop all of their wishes and wants, you know, regardless. And obviously there are limits to those things, but we're talking in a broad sense when we're not adding these extra fucking I don't even know what to call them, just an extra level of pathos on top of it, of people that are, because truly we have to remember nobody believes that they're acting evilly. At the end of the day, we have to remember that everybody thinks that they are doing what is best for themselves and their group, even when they are doing heinous evil actions. Hitler didn't think that he was going and doing something destructive. He was a fucking insane conspiracy theorist that genuinely believed in the things that he was like, you know, in the things that he was doing. So trying to just be like, oh, well, didn't you realize that what you're actually doing is evil and heinous? It's like, that's only going to lead to battles and more war, and, you know, what ended up being the last World War could end up being a new World War in just a few steps.
I also just like to think that some people are sometimes maybe a little bit more, I always come to this conclusion that people are a lot less inconsistent than you think. I feel like people being actually inconsistent is something that would be quite jarring to live in that way as someone who's not consistent with principles. But with these guys, I think it does make sense, right? Because it's like that, the pickup artist comparison, like this one simple trick will solve everything. Like they live in a world where all of the bad things that are happening that they care about are a billion times worse than they actually are. You're right. It's not like a hunger crisis or anything else like that, or like war crimes. It's a genocide like the Holocaust and a Holodomor famine. Like it's all those things. So it's all exaggerated. And then also the solutions to those problems are a million times more simple.
Right.
All you have to do is pick up the phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
In 20 minutes, you'll say the right combination of words that would just stop the conflict in Gaza.
Yeah.
Unilaterally. It's like, if you believe that, then you're like it's like the equip from them. And this is why they get so hateful, I think. Imagine like watching a trolley problem, except the trolley is about to run over like 100 babies. And if you pull the lever, it's just going to turn onto another lane that's completely empty. And you're watching someone standing at the lever, scratching his head, wondering if it's a good idea to pull it.
Yeah.
And in that situation, it's like, yeah, you would kind of.
Hutch does just any like time I pause, Hutch just looks so disappointed. He looks so upset about everything, and he does kind of look like Fantano. That is very true. More or less creepy cum-rag Casey. I can see that too, you know, it's there. Comrade Casey really does. He looks albino almost.
If hate that person, you would get like mind fucked and think like, oh yeah,
I don't even mean that to be like in an offensive way. I just genuinely mean he looks. Let me find the right image.
oh yeah, that guy like is okay with just letting 100 babies die. Would you really want to go and correct them and say, actually, it's only 50 babies? Because again, that's what
It's gonna be too
that's
hard
how
to
they
find.
view lying about people.
Right, yeah.
Comrade Casey's too obscure. It's the same as trying to find Mike from PA because they use like other names for their stuff.
Understand? Like, it's, it's just not. There's not really any qualitative difference.
So instead of framing it as we're saving 50 babies, they would.
Fantano is Hutch's Waluigi. I like that. I can see that. That's a good point.
Frame it as, oh, so you want to kill 50 babies? And it's like, well, wait, hold on, hang on a second. The outcome over here is just way worse. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of harm. But their simplistic sort of their simplistic view of how these things are resolved, it's all like Green Lantern stuff. I think did I tell you about the Green Lantern theory of politics? I've been on a kick about this recently.
Article, which I will definitely read. It's definitely on my list, and I always get back to things.
It's fine. It basically it touches on what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a North Star Radio and Central Committee
and applies it to domestic politics. And it's basically the theory that, you know, presidents are all powerful and they can do anything if only they had the sufficient amount of grit or charisma. There's like different branches of Green Lantern, but there's also like the Green Lantern theory of geopolitics, and that is the Hassan claim that he could end the war with a single phone call, which when you unpack what he was saying, it was ridiculous. Like, you just pick up a phone call and you say you're going to cut off all aid and assistance and arms. It's like, well, hang on a second. You need Congress to do that. He can't just do that unilaterally. And then the second one he did was like threaten sanctions. The president can do unilateral sanctions. So that part, I guess, was accurate. And then the third part was, if that doesn't work, we invade. It's like, okay, again, you cannot just like as president just say we're going to invade this country. If you're going to invade a country and declare war in that kind of way, you 1000% need congressional approval. And so it's just this, you know, their whole worldview is that the morality of these situations are very clear cut. And they think that similarly that the methods of resolving these problems.
Casey looks like Casey looks like someone put a caveman in a suit. Like, you go up to him and be like, hey man, what's up? And you go, ooh, good.
Those are cartoonishly simple, and it's all bullshit. It's all nuts. And so then their audience, they're primed to believe that all of these problems can be solved just by snapping your finger. And so when they see the Democrats, for example, fail to get like a $15 an hour minimum wage, their brain just immediately goes to, well, they just didn't try hard enough, or they didn't actually want to do it. Because again, in their minds, it's really that simple. You just, you just vaguely use the bully pulpit or something. But it's a big problem.
Get Bernie Sanders to do a rally in West Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it.
And get the most conservative Democrats in the country.
He does kind of look like Jeffrey Dahmer. That's true too. Not Hutch, Casey. Oh, now he's making an interesting face.
To become the most left-wing ones,
yeah, it's a core part. It's a core part of their beliefs, and they're priming a really young audience who maybe don't know a lot about like historical reference or it's like the basic structure of government, and they're priming their audience with hundreds of thousands, millions of these young people who are now they just fully believe that any kind of failure to get policy done or end the conflict of Israel in Israel or in Gaza. Any kind of failure to do these things is a failure of like will or intelligence or charisma, and it's a big problem. It's a really big problem, I think.
I did. I don't know if you covered this, but you know that every single claim about U.S. presidents stopping Israel with a phone call are like bullshit, right?
Yeah. When I looked into that, Reagan, what happened was it was a UN building that got bombed. I think like 200 UN like members and their families were killed, and Reagan picked up the phone and he did pause weapons shipments to.
So yeah, they're not starting on time or early. I will say that. No, still no title or thumbnail.
Israel, I think, during that time, but the pause I think was only for like 2 months, and the Israel-Lebanon war went on for another year and a half. Yeah. I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Well, you're thinking about very early on. No, there's the other one that was like near the end as well, where he spoke to Begin about, because there was when there were those strikes in Beirut where Sharon wasn't able to use the ground forces or the paratroopers, so he just launched an airstrike campaign in West Beirut and killed like 300 people. And Reagan made a phone call about that to call it off. But then the bit that people missed from that story is that by the time Reagan got on the phone with Begin, the cabinet had already called off the strikes. Like, no one wanted that. That was it was completely unnecessary, because again, it's like one of those things where if you only learn about these things, like a particular phase of a conflict, through just this kind of post-it note knowledge, you miss a lot of like obvious things and details that would make a claim like that impossible. The whole thing about the first Lebanon war was that Sharon, the defense minister, was more or less fighting that war in his own way. So much of what he did didn't have cabinet approval, or he lied to get cabinet approval. So there was a lot of things that happened in that war that the cabinet called off as well.
Yeah, I did watch this video. Hank Hill on Theo Von. I don't think I can watch it because it's from Hulu. So they probably have some rights on it or something, some copyright on it. But yes, Hank Hill was on Theo Von. It was pretty good.
And that was one example. So by the time Reagan got on the phone, the prime minister was having a nap, because they'd already called off the strikes and reprimanded Sharon for doing them. But yeah.
I think we are talking about the same thing, but the war went on for another year and a half after that, right?
No, this is at the end of the war. This is at the end of the war where it might be the same. This is in West Beirut. This is just a week before the PLO left the country.
Okay.
So the occupation's carrying on after that, but not the war. The war was pretty much done by then in Beirut.
Okay, maybe I got my facts wrong on that. I defer to you. But yeah, no, this is I got some people in chat are mad that I'm saying Green Lantern so much, but this is like reverse Green Lantern. So like what they do with Green Lantern, they also they impose that.
Did I finish the new season of King of the Hill yet? No. I'm about to watch it with my family. We're watching it tomorrow. See, my dad got me into it when I was a little boy. We watched it together. So we're going to watch it. My mom was sick, though, so I need to call them and see how they're doing.
Assumption about power on Republicans. And so they claim that Reagan was all powerful because he was able to stop the war with a single phone call. They claim that Trump was all powerful because he successfully bullies his own members of his own party, even though it's demonstrated that this has been a remarkably ineffective strategy. And so they do that to contrast the two parties. They're like, I don't know if you've seen it in your chat, but I get a lot of people question, like, why can't, Democrats fight the way that Republicans do? Like, why don't we see them, like Republicans, they literally think like Republicans should get everything that they want because they don't play by the rules. And the Democrats are just like these weak little pussies that get never.
Oh, we have a title apparently. Huge lawsuit updates. You're going to love these. You're going to love these. KETH. KETH live.
Like nothing done. But of course, like, it's just not true. When you interrogate that claim.
KETH 101. Coming at you.
I'm like, wait, hold on. Do Republicans get everything that they want? Like, when you even just explore that just for a few minutes, it's just comically false that they get everything.
Yeah, how many things did Trump try to get through in 2016 that he failed to, and Biden managed to get? Like infrastructure. That was something that Trump tried to do and he failed.
Infrastructure of the border.
With 50-50, yeah.
Infrastructure of the border.
Yeah, that title won't stay. We'll end up talking about Justin Bieber or something.
Border wall. He didn't get funding from Congress. He had to go around Congress to do that. He failed to repeal the ACA. Of course, they lost seats in Congress because he kept on propping up like really extremist candidates that were not good in a general. The candidate quality was really bad, and so Democrats have been able to prevent a lot of losses. Like we should have sustained more losses in 2024, quite frankly, coming off of like a period of inflation. The margins in Congress should not be this close. Like they should have like an 8-seat majority in the Senate and like a 35-seat majority in the House, but they're really slim margins because Trump he's bullying all the moderates out of the party. And so now these extremists are not doing as well in these elections. So it's just a bad strategy, but they're convinced that it's a good strategy and it's an example of strength that we should emulate. And they're just wrong about that. But
Listen, that's great, but remember that time that Noah like lied to that girl about the other people that he was shagging, and then he gave her like 17 STDs?
Ooh, shit. He brought it up. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Ooh, yeah.
Damn.
I brought it up earlier.
Damn.
I brought it up earlier. It was pretty funny. Brad taste in music's audio leaks are bad. I haven't heard him yet. K-Eth 101, Los Angeles. I don't know how my moo ha 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 ha, my voice acting. Moo ha 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 ha. See, one thing I was trying to work on was I've been trying to work on like a demon voice. I realized what you have to do is I have to add like an extra layer of like air underneath the voice. Let's see if I can do it right here. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna just say something.
Why have you come here? Stay away. You have entered the darkness. A kitty cat. Ooh.
Come here. He got scared a little bit and then came over. What's up, Bubba? Come here. Here he is. Oh, he waved. Don't want the belly pats? You want me to put you down? Good boy. Don't act so pathetic. That was such a pathetic noise. Acting like I'm hurting him or something. Yeah, he's gonna go nap some more, I think. He's mad that I woke him up. But it happens. Here, let me see. If I just look up Brad taste on Reddit, will I find it? It's a fucking 3-hour, 30-minute video. Come on, guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, big trigger warning, apparently. Should I not listen to this? Big trigger warning. Horrifying audio of Brad taste in music abusing his ex has been released. For context, Brad called this blackmail and fake in one of his earlier videos where Ethan voiced his support for Brad. The actual video is worse than I could have imagined. Should I not listen to this?
My abusers, so I can damn fucking right do that to you.
Maybe not. Just lost 40 viewers. Hey, it happens, you know.
My abusers, so
Thumbnail, but it's just Ethan. Lawsuit updates. I could have bet on that. How much of this is AI? There's definitely some AI, you know. They did some smoothing at least. They did some like smoothing, like some beauty filtering, it looks like. And it low-key made it look like his eyes are more red, more sunken in. They did something. Yeah, we're not gonna listen to it on stream. It seems a little too much. Papa Gut's talking about it right now. Here, let's watch Papa Gut's stream. Well, let's react to Papa Gut's stream while we wait for
I'm wondering
I'm not
what
actually
this is
gonna
about,
do this,
because
but
maybe some of the things. The problem is his reaction.
yeah. Don't think I'm gonna watch this. But if you want to go check that out, hey, feel free to leave too. The H3 podcast should be starting pretty soon. I'm just trying to fill in the last few minutes. I guess I could talk about the comments that I got. That's fair enough. Anybody wants to leave? Hey, it's up to you. If you like the channel, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But here, these. It was on this video, yeah. It was pretty funny, honestly. But imagine you have to call Bad Empanada Bad Emapanda. So people don't know what to look up on YouTube to hear his extremely valid takes and debunkings of Ethan's gaslighting about CPS and skulls he ordered. So I find this so funny because we literally watched his whole video where he did dick all in either of those. But good on ya. What's the story behind forced feminizing while hand-fisting a China reference into Bad Empanada anyways? Did Sam Hyde rub off on Ethan? Rub off on H3? It's just a... I don't know how... the reason I didn't reply to these is because they were just like... I don't like saying this because it's dismissive and it is disparaging to the mentally ill. But this feels like schizo posting almost. Because I feel like it takes like half a second to look this up and realize that it's literally just a reference to Keemstar mispronouncing Bad Empanada because he's dyslexic and saying bad and panda. But good stuff. This person voiced some support, and I appreciated it. Since my stance that the Israeli government is perpetuating ethnic cleansing in Gaza has not changed, even after years of regularly watching H3 content, I don't think Ethan is the propagandist in this convo. So they're literally saying, like, I have a different view than what Ethan has, and I've been watching for years, so Ethan's not the propagandist. And they said, well, obviously it's working if you're letting them off with the lesser crime when they meet all the prongs of the greater crime. And then they replied, you think ethnic cleansing is a lesser crime? And they didn't respond to that for some reason. But, you know, had to come in. Yeah, whole time we're just laughing at Keem. I'm like, oh my God. Bro, save yourself the embarrassment. This is tough to watch. And then this got 6 likes all in the span of a couple. Like, I was looking at this, refreshing the page, seeing what new comments came in. These all happened in like the span of 30 minutes, including all these likes. So, little sus if you ask me. Oh, we started.
Hello, everybody. This is
Got it started in like 3 different windows. I know.
everybody. This is
But then the last comment was a little bit longer, so I'm not going to be able to get to it. But the one thing I thought was funny was that they were comparing Hamas to the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, saying that they would be considered terrorists when they quite literally wouldn't be considered terrorists. And then they basically just love info dumping. And it happens a lot. But I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back again later today, actually, to talk about Sam Hyde. We will be doing a dissection. But I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. Remember to like and subscribe. This is Captain Quasar signing off. Do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. H3 Waiting Room.